Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and welcome to It's Not All Doom and Gloom, episode 4, the podcast. If you're new to this podcast, I am the Midnight Raven. I have a YouTube channel about all different things. I'm a goth, and everything else you need to know about me, you'll find out by watching my videos and liking and subscribing. So do that. It's free. So today we are looking at 75 of the weirdest trivia questions to amaze your friends. Now, we're probably not going to do all 75 questions. I'm going to pick some out that basically pique my interest. So this is a website for anyone watching this, and it looks like this. And it gives you some weird trivia questions, and then it gives you the answers. So basically, it gives you a question like this, and then once you press show answer, it will show me the answer. So we're going to see if I can guess the answer, and I want you to see if you can guess the answer in the chat. We're doing something a bit different with the podcast this week, and then we will go back in a week or two to questions about me so that you can get to know me more. So we're going to go through some of these questions, and then we're going to reveal the answers. You can comment in the chat and see if you get the answer. I'm going to attempt to get the answer, and we're just going to have a bit of fun this week with the podcast. So this one, question 1 says, a bicycling surprise. What makes Seattle's annual Vermont solstice parade unusual? So there's the question. What makes Seattle's annual Vermont solstice parade unusual? I don't know much about Seattle or Vermont. I'm going to guess, what's unusual about, maybe everyone that appears in the parade are on bicycles. It's called a bicycling. Maybe they all appear on bikes. Like you get the bike and you'll get like a guy in a great big fish costume and he'll be going along on a bike. Is that something weird? I'm going to say they all appear on bikes. So it says the parade is popularized primarily by people biking in the nude. Okay. Okay, so it's a parade where they are on bikes, but instead of wearing like costumes, they're doing it in the nudie. That's a parade maybe you should see once in a lifetime sort of thing. Okay, so question 2. What do moths miss out on? What notable organ are moths missing? So moths are what people call the ugly butterfly. I don't know. I think moths can be cute. The big ones, if you get really big moths, they kind of freak me out. I like little tiny ones. What organ are they missing? Are they missing like a heart? Can you live with that heart? Is that possible? Could you live with that heart? I mean, you can stop someone's heart and restart it. I'm going to say a heart. They're actually missing a stomach. They consume nutrients stored in the tissues instead of eating food. So they don't even have a stomach. I mean, that's why moths are so thin. Then they've got no fat podge from eating. Okay, so question 3. Beep, beep, honk, honk. What musical keys do most cars honk in? What musical key do most cars honk in? I always thought that cars honked in the musical key of G. Is that a thing? I didn't know music. Honestly, I don't drive, but I've never sat there and gone, that car sounds like this car, and that's A sharp, and that's B flat. Musical key of G. Or A minor, maybe? Are they actually are in the key of F or F flat? Did you know your car's horn is in F flat? Did you know that? Okay, next one said, I'd hate to be on a Thames cleaner. How much hair from your lower region is removed monthly from the Thames, and why? Why is it removed is a question? Oh my God, how many what? How much of hair down there is removed from the Thames. Ooh. This is not all doom and gloom. Nude biking, hair down there from the Thames. Who said this podcast wasn't interesting? I don't know, a ton maybe? It's got to be a lot, hasn't it? We're talking monthly. And why? Well, I'm going to guess because it pollutes it. Why else would you remove it? Oh my God, I was right. Approximately 1 ton because the sewage system can't handle it. What poor person has a job of taking hair from down there out of the Thames? Give the guy or girl a pay rise. Oh my God, a ton? Whew. Okay. John Doe versus who? The fictional name John Doe was known to be used in British courts to represent the unknown plaintiff in a real-life property suit. What fictional name was used for the defendant? Because when you find a dead body and it doesn't have a name, they call it a John Doe. What fictional name was used for the defense? John Doe was first used in court to represent the plaintiff. What was used for the defense? I honestly don't know. I'm stumped. I should know this. I've studied criminology and other stuff to do with crime and law. God, come on, Raven. Was it a Jane Doe? Jane Doe? We're gonna say Jane Doe. The defendant fiction name was Richard Roe. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, this speed eating is next level. So Mark Hogg of Louisville, Kentucky, holds the record for swallowing the most live worms in a span of 30 seconds. How many live worms did he swallow? The question would be not how many, but why? Who sat there and discovered that he could swallow worms in 30 seconds? And the obvious question is why? Just why? And how? How did you discover this? How many did he? I bet he can swallow 100. 100. You can you can blend them in a smoothie and probably drink 1,000 if you want. Let's say 100. 62. Yeah, he did all right. The question is, why did he discover he could eat live worms? What was he doing? He accidentally swallowed a worm one day and thought, you know what, I can do this as a world record. Okay, time for some quick measurements. How many labels from 1 litre Coke bottle stuck together would it take to make a standard size sleeping bag? The question also is, why has somebody attempted to find that out? These are unanswered questions that didn't need to be answered, but people have gone out there and answered them. So how many labels from 1 Coke bottle stuck together would it take to make a standard size sleeping bottle? From a 1 litre bottle? Probably 50. I'd say about 50 on average. 85. Oh, okay. Not so much. Let me know your answers in the comments as well. That's quite the slogan. Which famous product was originally marketed as the esteemed brain tonic and intellectual beverage? Which famous product was marketed as the esteemed brain tonic and intellectual beverage? Well, it ain't Budweiser, is it? It's not Budweiser, is it? Esteemed brain tonic. Are we going for something like Starbucks? Esteemed brain tonic and intellectual beverage. Maybe Jack Daniels? Is that intellectual brain tonic? Maybe. I'd probably say Jack Daniels. I mean, you do probably talk a load of tripe once you've drunk it. Let's go for Jack Daniels. Coca-Cola intellectual What was that? Intellectual beverage and esteemed brain tonic? Seriously? My God. Do you know your number one hits? Maybe. What was the first UK number one hit single that featured a full-length sentence at its title? I don't know. What was the first UK number one hit single that had a full sentence as a title? A full sentence. How about Hit Me Baby One More Time? Is that a sentence? Does that count? Hit Me Baby One More Time? That's a sentence, right? That's Britney Spears' song. Share your answers. Yeah, Hit Me Baby One More Time. We'll go for that. How much is the doggy in the window? If you don't know that song, I can't sing it because I'll be demonetized. Quite a formal title for a funny little dude. What is the full name of Sonic the Hedgehog? What is the full name of Sonic the Hedgehog? Sir Sonic the Hedgehog? Esquire Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know. Why does Sonic the Hedgehog have a full name? His full name is Olgiver Maurice Hedgehog? Olgiver? Olgivy? I think it's called Olgivy. Look. Puppeteering. Why are most of the Muppets left-handed? Why are most of the Muppets left-handed? Is it because of how they appear on screen? Do they appear on screen and they had to have been left-handed? Or was it the guy that made the puppets? Was he left-handed? I don't know. Is this things we need to know? When I said these were the weirdest trivia questions. We've got a biking nude, a man that eats worms, apparently is a hobby, and now we need to know why the Muppets are left-handed. If you thought this podcast was all doom and gloom and non-intelligent, then yes, pretty much. The answer is because the puppeteers are right-handed, so they operate the puppet hands with the right hands, meaning their own left hands to move the other Muppet limbs. So basically what I said, the whole movement of them had to be done differently. Okay. Oh, here we go. Another funky world record. You ready for this? On November the 27th, 2004, Gary Turner achieved the world record for having the most clove pegs attached to his face at one time. How many clothes pegs were on his face? Again, we're asking the same question. Why was he putting clothespins on his face? Did he sit there one day and a child accidentally attached one to his cheek and he thought, I'm just going to stick it on my face? Who thought of these things? Who sits at home and these world records become a thing? I mean, an average face isn't that big. I mean, even if you pinch the skin with a peg, you're not, I mean, you might fit, I don't know, 50 on your face. Because you can't do your eyes. I mean, you could do your eyelids, I guess. Your nose has cartilage, so you can't really do much of your nose. I would probably say 50. This is probably going to be the most stupid amount. 159. What? How big is his face? The other question is why? At what point did he start putting clothes pegs on his face and thought maybe this is crazy? At any point? I said baby, 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 baby. How many times does Pitbull say the word baby in his song Fireball? I don't think he does. How many times does Pitbull say the word baby in his single Fireball? Does he say it at all? I don't think he does. So he says Fireball. How many times does Pitbull say the word baby in the single Fireball? Maybe once. I don't remember hearing it, if I'm honest. We'll say once. If not, I'm going to have to listen to the song. He says baby 24 times. Did I miss that? It says it 24 times. Did I miss baby? I'm going to have to listen to that song at some point. Okay, presidential dress code. Who was the first president to wear long trousers rather than knee breeches to his inauguration when he was inaugurated? I'm going to have to assume that the first president to wear long trousers was probably Abraham Lincoln. Was it? Was it Abraham Lincoln that wore long trousers rather than knee breeches to his inauguration? I think it was Abraham Lincoln. I mean, Abraham Lincoln always seemed to wear a nice suit and had his legs covered. I'm going to say Abraham Lincoln. John Quincy Adams in 1825. Okay, so it was before old Ahab. And question 15. And teaching dress code too. In 2015, what did the Turkish Supreme Court rule that male teachers could indeed wear during class? I'm going to assume that this would probably be that the Turkish Supreme Court ruled that teachers could wear skirts during class. Because it's so hot in Turkey. It's roasting in Turkey. You get 40-degree heat out there and you are baking. Maybe they decided that men can wear skirts because it, airs out the region. In 2015, they're not exactly going to go around shirtless. I would probably say that they allowed them to wear skirts. They ruled that male teachers could wear earrings. They ruled they could wear earrings. I can't understand why a male teacher couldn't wear earrings in the first place. I mean, is that so frowned upon, men wearing earrings? If women were already wearing them, how is an earring offensive? Or are you gay if you wear an earring as a man? Is that what it is? Earrings nowadays are worn by all genders. Male, female, trans. Everyone has earrings. Babies wear earrings. I mean, I guess males were allowed to wear earrings in 2015 in classrooms in Turkey. I was going to assume something like a skirt because, it's always been kind of frowned upon men wearing skirts. Obviously, unless you're in Scotland and you wear a kilt, and a kilt is technically not a skirt. But they were 15 strange or weird, unusual quiz questions. If you want to see me do another one of these, there are 75 of these questions altogether, and I think I'm going to do a second one just for the fact that this was so fun. So if you want to come back and listen to It's Not All Doom and Gloom, the podcast, next episode to find out more about nude biking, lower region hair in the Thames, a man that eats live worms, or to find out that Turkish people who are male can now wear earrings in classrooms. Like and subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below which you think is the weirdest question from this. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 to this because I think this was funny. These are possibly some of the weirdest questions, but my question would be, at what point did the guy believe that eating worms should be a world record, and what made him think he should be eating them? And the clothes peg one, at what point did a guy sit there sticking clothes pegs on his face and think this is crazy, but it could be a world record? If you want to see anything else on my channel, like and subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to help the podcast out, a PayPal, super chat, super thanks, all goes back into my channel. I hope you're enjoying these podcasts because I'm enjoying making them. Check out It's Not All Doom and Gloom, the playlist. I've done 4 of these now. And hopefully I will see you next week for episode 5, where we're going to do some more of the weird quiz questions. And I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.